Welcome to another episode of Fill the Screens Podcast. Today we will be doing a mini review of the movie Paranormal Activity, Next of Kin. So this movie is actually a pretty good movie. It's shot very well. It's very creepy. It's got the creepy Amish vibes to it. The whole mystery of what happened to her mom, them investigating the Amish clan, just trying to find answers. It's very good. They have a documentary crew following them the entire time, so everything's shot very well. They have a drone that they can use to shoot things. Some parts that I liked, there's a part to where she is crawling under the bed and then some unseen force kind of pushes down on the mattress. That definitely gave me Paranormal Activity vibes. I feel like that's the closest scene to Paranormal Activity that we get in this movie. Some other things, I like the dinner scene where things get all awkward. I like the old lady peeling her hand with a potato peeler. That was awesome. I kind of like the slow-mo aspect. I feel like not a lot of people like that, and I thought that was a cool thing they did in this movie. My favorite scene in this movie, though, is definitely towards the end when the bells start ringing and everyone just starts catching fire and eyeballs burst out of sockets. That was complete fun. I enjoyed that whole scene. It was chaotic. It was kind of scary. It was great. Just the sound design. Overall, I think if you're looking for a found footage movie, this is a great one to watch. Maybe during Halloween time, where you just want something spooky to put on. It's a very cleanly shot movie. It's a good story on its own. The only problem with it is it's not a Paranormal Activity movie, which is what I'm marathoning. And I don't know, I was tempted. I was like, should I do an entire episode on this? And I'm like, yeah. I feel like it isn't matching, what we're going for, even though it has that label on it. But I do want to talk about it a little bit, just because it is kind of a fun movie. It's just if you're watching the series all the way through and then you get to this movie and you're like, man, Ghost Dimension wasn't very good. I hope this one answers all my questions. You're going to watch a completely different movie. So that warning is there. The funny thing enough about this movie, it's actually written by Christopher Landon, who wrote Paranormal Activity 2, 3, 4. He directed the marked ones. Once he directed the marked ones, he went and did some different things. He didn't want to be pigeonholed as the Paranormal Activity guy that's just constantly writing Paranormal Activity movies. It's sad because he did a great job with the Paranormal Activity franchise. When he left, the franchise went. Ghost Dimension was just really bad. But Paramount kind of did an experiment whenever they made Ghost Dimension. They kind of made a deal with certain theaters, hey, if you show this movie, we're going to show it for so long, and then it's going to hit our streaming network at 17 days after. And once it does, you're going to be able to recoup some of that money that we make from streaming. That was part of the deal. Well, a lot of the movie theaters didn't want to do that. So, the very last movie, Ghost Dimension, it showed in the fewest amount of theaters than any Paranormal Activity movie did, which is crazy. Because I remember when it came out, it wasn't even at any of my local theaters. I had to order it on one of the apps on my TV, and I had to stream it. And when I streamed it, I was very disappointed. It ruined my night. But, when they came out with this, I know part of me was thinking the numbers did so poorly, because they did. It wasn't good at all compared to the other movies. I feel like they kind of thought well, let's kind of pivot a little bit, because I think people are getting tired of the whole Katie storyline and the Toby storyline, and Christopher Landon approached them with this creepy Amish story, which is what this movie is. And when he pitched it, I think they were oh, okay, we're gonna put the Paranormal Activity title on it. Because when this movie came out, they promoted it as I don't know if they said it was a reboot. I heard so much talk about a reboot. Then there's talk about a sequel. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect. And I'm are they rebooting it as a sequel? What is this? And then I tuned in and it was completely different. It's a good movie all on its own. It's creepy. It's entertaining. and it definitely has its moments, and like all the characters are well acted. Dale is hilarious in this movie, but I mean, just like overall, like it literally feels like just a separate story with the title slapped right on top of it, which I think is pretty much what it is. I mean, in an interview, Christopher Landon even said, he said that he told the people, like, listen, like, you know, I'm not going to get back into Paranormal Activity. You know, like we've kind of moved on from that. He's doing different things, like he did Happy Death Day. Like he has several good movies out. But then he said when he started writing this Amish story, you know, like things kind of picked up, and then like he said he was just surprised that it all worked together during the time of COVID, and that's when this movie was made. So again, like I think it was like a marketing gimmick, and I mean Jason Blum himself. Let me find his quote. He wasn't exactly too friendly towards it. I found it. His response when they asked him if he liked the sequel, he said, "It has been enough already." I'm talking about the franchise Paranormal Activity. That last Paranormal Activity movie was terrible. So, Jason Blum wasn't a fan. I don't know if maybe he thought that we're going to get more lore with Katie and Toby, and then we got this. Who knows? But this movie is the end to the franchise. You know, there's always rumors going on. There was a rumor about a movie called The Dark Side or The Other Side. That ended up just being completely nothing. I haven't heard anything of it ever since. Jason Blum says it's done for now. Warren Pelly, who made the first Paranormal Activity movie, he said there's nothing going on. So as of right now, like this franchise is dead in the water. So it was a fun ride. You know, we marathoned it all, but we are right now at the very end of it, which is kind of sad, because I feel like the story is incomplete, and I feel like we do deserve better than ending on the next of kin, which has nothing to do with anything, or a ghost dimension, which was completely awful. To be honest, the marked ones is probably the best send-off for the franchise. So if you're trying to decide which ones to watch, you know, probably end it on the marked ones. That's probably for the best. Then act like this movie is something completely different, and then you'll probably enjoy it. So yeah, this is just a little mini review. I wanted to talk about it a little bit, but I didn't want to give it the complete full episode like I have the other Paranormal Activity movies, because we are going to move on to the Paranormal Activity ranking episode, which is coming out next. I'll probably just slap this episode down on the same week that I release on Ghost Dimension. So if you're listening, thank you so much. Give this a like. It gets it out to other people. Feel free to comment me your thoughts on the next of kin. And get ready for the ranking episode, because that's going to be fun. Until next time, guys.